Well, I don't know about you, but starting out homesteading, pretty much everything seems super new and slightly overwhelming. Even something as seemingly simple as putting foundation on frames for my bees. I watched a few videos, found them somewhat helpful, and then my first year, last year of beekeeping, I tried to use cords from a blow dryer to put foundation on the frames, and that did not go well. So here's how I secured my foundation to my frames this year. Now, first of all, I'm using much smaller strips this year, more like 2, 3, 4 inches, as opposed to a half sheet or a full sheet that I started with last year. But my husband got a car battery out for us and got the wires hooked up, but it really is pretty simple. I still had my giant gloves on because I was a little bit nervous, but all you do is put one of your cables onto the frame and then just tap the other one on slowly. Just note that it melts really quickly using a car battery, so you really got to keep an eye on it. But here's a little bit closer view of what I just showed you a second ago, how you can kind of see the wire kind of come through the frame as the foundation melts into it. I finagled with this one for quite a while, and I couldn't end up getting it to melt on, or at least not then. I think I was able to later. So sometimes the foundation is a little bit bowed and it just doesn't make a good connection or something, or it was grounding out maybe on the wood somehow. So sometimes you'll run into little snags like that, but just keep trying. So here it is one more time. First, I was putting the 2 wires from the battery onto 2 of the long sides of the wire of the frame, and then I started experimenting with a little bit different things, and for the last mini frames that I did, I just went ahead and put one of those wires on the end and then one onto one of the long wires, and I think that made the wax melt more quickly because the distance to complete the circuit was shorter maybe, but it seemed to be more effective. Now, a few times I did have my wires stay onto the frame wires a little bit too long, and the wax just melted right off. And at first I thought, oh no, I just ruined this whole mini sheet of foundation, but it's okay. I was able to realize later that if I was to just overlap what I melted off a little bit with the edge and press it together gently, I was still able to secure it on, and the bees, I'm sure, will do fine with a little bit of wonky foundation. So I hope that helps, and happy beekeeping!